All right, we're gonna take this, see how it goes. First thing, uh, address the meowing cat. Come on, get in the picture. There you go. You gotta take care of your cat, or else she'll keep meowing through the whole thing. First thing, I started warming up. You're gonna want to put your oven on 450 degrees, at least 425. 450 is what I'm doing tonight, and it's gonna take a good half hour to warm up. All right, the next step is you got to change clothes, dress like a cartoon, wear something you'd get comfortable in every night of the week if you could, because that's what I do. Okay, materials, what you're going to need for the job. You got yourself a piece of salmon. That's 1/2 pound piece of salmon, a single portion. We got aluminum foil. And then this is what it's all about, the Veri Veri Teriaki soy vey. We'll come back to that later. You got a pan. It needs to be an old dirty pan, something that you wouldn't cook on normally, but you're going to cook on it tonight. Check that out. Where's that little thing going? What? She just stopped? Okay. Then we got a baster, I think. Not really sure. Some sort of thing with bristly edges. And then kettle corn. That's just for snacking while you're cooking. Okay, what I've done here is I put a piece of foil, kind of cupped it so that it forms a bowl shape. Then it'll hold the soy vey sauce here in a little bit. But for right now, I just put the salmon skin side down on the foil, and I'm getting ready to put it in the oven. Okay, so it took us from 6:41 until 7:10 to preheat. I put that in the oven. I did not put the soy vey sauce on, and we set the timer for 8 minutes, and now it's at 7 minutes and counting. We're gonna come back. That's an 8-minute time before we get them back. Meanwhile, I went ahead and plated up the sides. So I got green beans, broccoli, and some wild rice ready to go. Now, I did not just sit here and cook this in a matter of 4 minutes. I bought this from the Aramark Cafe where I work. If you don't have an Aramark Cafe where you work, you can just stop by the local hospital or something where they sell food for sick people. You got to give some more treats, or else she don't stop whining. Almost. Okay, so after that 8 minutes, timer went off, I pulled it out, put some of the soy vey teriyaki on it, and you can see it's not a lot, just enough to cover the top of it with some of the sesame seeds and then a little bit on the edges. We're going to come back to that later with putting that right on top. So I just put it back in the oven for 6 minutes. We're going to count down. Meanwhile, I'll explain a little bit about this here. Soy vey, Veri Veri Teriaki. Now I got this from a place called Carmine's, and the guy behind the counter said something like I was going to fall in love with it, want to marry it, something over the top like that. I do really like it. I've also used a similar type of marinade from Whole Foods. They sell it there with some marinated salmon already marinated. So what I actually did here tonight, just a little hint, what I did was I took some Jack Daniels and brown sugar and added a little extra soy sauce because I started to run low on it. So when the bottle got about half empty, I topped it off with about a half cup of Jack Daniels, maybe a quarter cup of brown sugar, and then another, I don't know, quarter cup or so of soy sauce just to keep it going a little longer because I was about to run out. Turned it down to 400, started to get a little hot. Okay, so we're in this 6 minute period, and I turned it down to 400. Okay, so after that extra few minutes there, 6 minutes, we're going to take and baste some of this, right? Put a little bit of this right back on top of it. You can see that some of the juices from the salmon, as well as that soy vey are hanging out down here in this cup of foil. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to come back to this and do it again in a few minutes. To be continued. All right, so the last step, it just was in there for another 3 minutes or so, and now we're just going to take that, what's now a thick soy vey, and cover one more time. This time you're going to notice there are some areas where you can get it nice and gooey and slop it right on there, and it stays on there for when you're ready to plate it in just a moment. So the time has come. So we're going to, forgot this tool, need the big metal spatula, and we're going to go right at the edge, right at the bottom, but not taking the skin with us, and it should just come right off nice and easy so that the skin stays. See that? Skin stays, but the salmon comes with me. So we're ready to go plate that from here, right on top of the rice. And there you have it. Pair it with a orange LaCroix or a Bush NA, because, well, this is bachelor food, so we don't want to be sitting home alone drinking beer all night, so Bush NA once in a while.